Hey guys, it's me, Seren. I'm back with another video for you today. I'm sure this one's going to be short because I'm just going to kind of be recounting my experiences from the past weekend. It's Monday, October 13th, Indigenous Peoples Day. I said that on purpose. And I got back from my trip to Ferguson yesterday. It was really amazing, historic, monumental, life-changing, all that stuff that you can really think of. It was a really great experience for me, and I'm so happy I went. And a lot of people have been asking me, like, oh, do I think they should go? And, I think everyone should go. If you can go, if you can find a way to go, if you have money or, anything like that, don't go broke or, not be able to eat or pay your rent because you want to go to Ferguson. But if you can go, you should definitely go. I know this is going to sound strange, but it's very much almost like a, like a pilgrimage. It was for me, how people take pilgrimage trips to Mecca and stuff like that. That's how it was for me. I felt very strongly like it was something that I had to do. It was some place I had to go. I had to see for myself. And it was the right thing to do. The Weekend of Resistance is it's ongoing. Today, Monday, is the last day. And they have all types of civil disobedience. Today is the day of civil disobedience, so they have all types of things planned. So if you can participate in your city or anything like that, or if you can just spread the word, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, please do. So my trip, I was not there Friday. I missed Friday's activities, but I did arrive early Saturday. I participated in the march. I flew in and I took the Metrolink from the airport to the march. So I caught the tail end of the march, luckily, and then I was present at the rally in, I believe it's pronounced Keener. It may not be, but Keener Park, which is by the old courthouse where the infamous Dred Scott decision was, and also by the St. Louis Arc, whatever it's called. It was my first time in St. Louis, and it's a really, really amazing city. People have been telling me, people from St. Louis, like, oh, St. Louis is like getting such a bad rep right now. St. Louis is actually like a great city, and it is a beautiful city. It reminds me a lot of DC, clearly a historic city, tons of history, tons of beautiful architecture, beautiful streets. And the people that live there have a really strong sense of pride in their city and commitment. I was riding on the train and someone was sitting next to me that had a St. Louis tattoo, which I saw. And it's, baseball season. So many, Cardinals fans, and, in their red and in their jerseys. On my flight in, there were people flying in and like head to toe Cards gear saying, they were flying in just for the game, Saturday night. So there's a real sense of pride, in the city. So I find it even more interesting the way that this is kind of like splintered, the city apart in two halves almost, black and white. Like there's a clear divide down the middle, which people have been saying. There's two St. Louises, and everyone is kind of loyal to their side. But back to the Weekend of Resistance. The march was amazing. Thousands of people came out. So many people. The rally was wonderful. I got to hear, some really great speakers. Von Meyer's parents were there, and that was really powerful for me. I'm getting really kind of hit by this Von Meyer's case. It's really sticking with me, this one. So it was also important for me to, go to the Shaw neighborhood and see that as well. I met up with SocialJusticeKoolaid, who's awesome, an awesome Tumblr blogger. I will be putting a link to her blog. You should all follow her because she's incredible. She drove up from Florida, a long drive, and I was with her and, the people that she had driven up with, also amazing people. And we ended up, we went to the Vigil. They had a candlelight vigil at Canfield where Mike Brown was killed. Seeing that was really gut-wrenching. You see the pictures. I'm sure we've all seen the pictures, but seeing it in person, it's big. It's a wide portion of the street where they have these teddy bears and, candles and flowers. And it's really, it shook me. It shook me up. I can't lie to you. And there was all kinds of interesting stuff going on there. There were some kids, performing, doing a dance, a social justice dance for Mike Brown. A man recited an amazing poem. I'll probably upload it because I did record it. And then, we started marching. Mike Brown's mom came out, so I got to see her, and, she said some words. She said, we want to stay peaceful, nonviolent, we want to just show them that we're out here, for justice. Not to riot, loot, attack people, throw Molotov cocktails, whatever, We're out here for justice, which is really strong, really powerful sentiment. And then we marched. We marched all the way from Canfield to the Ferguson Police Department, which was over 2 miles. And really, my experience, in the earlier march and rally and in the later march was, there was no violence. There was anger, there was emotion, but there was also a sense of, jubilation, that we were all together. We had all come together, and all different types of people, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It's definitely a youth movement. There were more young people out there than anything else, thousands and thousands of young people, but also older people too, a variety of ages. And to just know that we're all out there for the same thing, for the same cause, for justice, not just for Mike Brown, not just for Vonderett Myers, but for all of us, for all of us to be able to walk the streets without being afraid, and without being afraid of the police. Was powerful. It was powerful. It was powerful stuff. Really, it was. And, everything was so organized, from day one, from the minute I got, down. And even before, they had a website, Ferguson October, which is where I found my housing through. I stayed with this amazing couple, Ellen and Mike. Wonderful people. I found my housing through there. They had a list of events going on. I signed up for an email list through there. Dred and Netta, they're doing literally daily updates with what's going on. So even if you're not in Ferguson, you know what's going on. You get articles, you get links, you get videos to watch. And I also signed up for a text message service with them where, they send out text message updates. We're mobilizing here, we're mobilizing there. Really organized, really passionate people, and the youth movement is really incredible. Tons of resources. It's really special. People have been saying it's a movement moment, and it's true. It's not people just protesting for Mike Brown, although that is, still a major part of why we were out there. It's not people just protesting to arrest and indict Darren Wilson or to get Bob McCullough to step down, but it is truly a movement moment, pushing back against the violation of our rights, pushing back against police brutality, pushing back against the, unconscious bias against black and brown bodies, just pushing back and pushing for, really a revolution. And they've issued mission statements, a list of demands of things that we want. It's a movement. It's a movement. So don't let anyone tell you like, oh, those people still out there protesting. Why are they even there? They don't even know what they're doing. No, we know what we're doing. Everyone in Ferguson knows what they're doing. Everyone in Ferguson knows why they are there and what we want to accomplish. And like I said, while I was there, it was completely peaceful. After we marched from Canfield to the police department, we were there for like a couple hours. We did a sit-in there, moment of silence. And then we left there and we went to the Shaw neighborhood where Vonderett Myers was killed. And even that, we were out there for a couple hours. Freezing. It was freezing cold. So I saw Shaw Market, which I don't even know if I can describe it. I don't even know if I have any words for seeing, Shaw Market where Vonderett Myers, had his last moments of life. I saw the memorial. They have a really beautiful memorial for Vonderett Myers, We were out there for a couple hours. It got really cold. So we decided to leave. Cops had already blocked off the streets. They're trying to stop people from peacefully protesting, which they have the right to do. So they block the streets off so you can't get there. You have to park, kind of outside the perimeter and then walk in because they can't stop you from walking. And then, the police show up. They have riot gear. They're trying to tell people to disperse. People don't want to disperse. They mace them. They pepper spray them. They arrest them. And then they say people are throwing rocks and bottles. Don't believe that. Though everyone there was completely 100% peaceful, sitting down, talking, sharing resources, talking about the next step. Nobody was throwing rocks. Nobody was throwing bottles. There weren't even rocks and bottles around. Shaw is a very nice residential neighborhood, okay? They're making it seem like, I don't know what, like people had jackhammers and, got baseball-sized rocks and bricks and threw them at the cops. And that's just not the truth, And then after that, they mobilized later at the new Quick Stop where more people were arrested, The police are pushing people around there. And if you don't care because it's not happening to you, you're next, Like, once they feel like they can get away with it with us, they're going to move on to the next person. So you should care. But everyone I met was just brilliant. Like, literally every single person I met, knew so much more than me. And was, like I said, giving me all these resources and, sending me to websites and, watch this person, watch that person. I will include some links to some things that I learned about. And then I've seen some footage from yesterday because I left yesterday afternoon. So I've seen that last night's march to SLU was huge. Tons of people came out. Tons of people mobilized, which I love to see that. It's a movement. It's a movement. And really, get involved. Even if you can't march, donate money, send supplies. It's getting really cold. And there are still so many people out there every night that need, warm clothes, hats, scarves, gloves, because we're not going to stop. And, they're not going to stop. None of us are going to stop until, justice is served, until they arrest Darren Wilson, until they indict Darren Wilson, until Bob McCullough steps down, until, the Justice Department gets involved in this Vonderant Myers case, until we get, widespread legislation about cops and about police brutality and about, we clearly need some kind of set protocol in place for when they, shoot and kill civilians also, until we get some real discussions going about the unconscious bias in this country and the inherent racism and the way that kind of shades everything that we do. We're not going to stop. SocialJusticeKoolaid and I are trying to plan another trip back later on in the year. See if we can drive up. And, it was just a really wonderful experience. Everyone I met, I literally felt like my heart was full. Everyone I met, was there and fighting, and not, of course, in the physical sense, no. But, people were angry, but people were also happy, which sounds weird, that we came together to do what was right. Period. So it was just a transformative experience. It's hard to even put into words. I know this video is probably weird, but I really feel like something important is happening. I felt like that before, but if I didn't feel like it before, I definitely feel like it now. Something major is happening. Something important is happening. So get involved, History favors the brave, dude. So yeah, get involved. Don't be afraid. I will include links. I'm probably going to upload some more videos after this of some things that I saw and did while I was in Ferguson. And like I said, if you guys can try to get there, try to get there. Even though the weekend of resistance is almost over, people are still protesting nightly. And they're still, having classes and, having teach-ins, sit-ins, and it's all free and it's all public. So, try to go and learn. Make sure we're all registered to vote. I know a lot of people have elections coming up in November. And just, if you're young and you're part of this movement, be proud of yourself because you're fucking amazing. I mean, if you're old too, but especially if you're young, go you. You're awesome. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully we can get this week started with a bang and get through it and have tons of fun and have some good videos about some good things, not shitty videos about shitty things. So thank you for watching, and as always, food for thought. I love you guys so much. You can feel free to leave comments. I know this one's kind of dry, but I just wanted to share it with you. Talk to you next time. Peace.